In a small Indian village surrounded by lush green fields and hills, life was simple yet full of charm. The villagers rose with the sun, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of nature. At the heart of the village stood a grand banyan tree, a silent witness to generations of stories and lessons. Under its shade, a farmer named Ramesh often sat with his 12-year-old son, Aryan. Ramesh was a hardworking man, proud of his roots and the values passed down to him by his forefathers. Aryan, however, often felt the pull of the city and dreamed of a life far removed from the village's simplicity. One morning, as the village began its day, Aryan sat beneath the banyan tree, sketching pictures of tall city buildings and bustling streets. Ramesh approached, wiping the sweat off his brow after tending to the fields. "What are you drawing, Aryan?"
Baba, I'm drawing a city. Skyscrapers, cars, and bright lights everywhere. Don't you think it's amazing?
"It is, Aryan. But what about our fields, the river, and this banyan tree? Don't they have their own beauty?"
They're okay, but they're nothing compared to the excitement of city life.
Ramesh realized Aryan was losing touch with the essence of their heritage. He decided it was time to teach him an important lesson. Ramesh and Aryan walked to the riverbank later that day. The sun was setting, casting a golden glow over the water. "Aryan, do you see how this river flows tirelessly, giving life to everything around it? Without it, we wouldn't have our crops or our home."
But, Baba, what does this have to do with the city?
"Patience, my son. The river teaches us the importance of giving and staying connected to our roots, no matter where we go." They filled a clay pot with water and returned home. The next morning, Ramesh handed Aryan a small sapling and a handful of seeds. "Plant this sapling near the banyan tree and sow these seeds in the field. Water them every day, but remember, they will take time to grow."
Why, Baba?
"Trust me, Aryan. You'll understand soon." Days turned into weeks, and Aryan diligently watered the sapling and the seeds. At first, he felt impatient, but as he spent more time nurturing them, he began to notice the small changes, the sapling's leaves unfurling and the seeds sprouting into tender plants. Months later, the village prepared for its annual harvest festival. The fields were lush, and the air buzzed with excitement. Aryan's sapling had grown into a sturdy young tree, and the seeds had flourished into crops ready for harvest. During the festival, Ramesh gathered the villagers under the banyan tree. "Today, I want to share something important my son, Aryan, has learned, Ramesh." He turned to Aryan. "What did you learn while caring for the sapling and the seeds?"
I learned that patience and hard work bring rewards. At first, I wanted quick results, but over time, I realized the value of nurturing and waiting.
"Exactly, my son. This lesson applies to life too. Whether in the village or the city, success requires patience, dedication, and staying true to one's roots." The villagers applauded, and Aryan smiled, understanding his father's wisdom. That night, Aryan sat under the banyan tree, looking up at the star-filled sky.
The city may have its charm, but the lessons and values of the village are priceless.
From that day on, Aryan still dreamed of exploring the city, but he carried his father's wisdom in his heart, knowing he would always return to the village that nurtured him. The banyan tree stood tall, its branches swaying gently in the wind, a symbol of wisdom, patience, and the enduring bond between father and son. Moral of the story: true growth comes from patience, hard work, and staying connected to your roots.